time for the exciting adventures of Sky Girl.
If you remember my last episode, I had a jam-packed day at the San Diego County Fair. First, I interviewed Chris from All Star Stunt Dogs. Then I caught up with my friend April, creator of the Flying Royals. Next, I checked out Adam the Great's magic show. Finally, I interviewed Emily from Gas Car Animal Races. Along the way, I learned how to make butter and ate some amazing food. It was a full day and I finished long after dark. But actually, the party hadn't even started yet. At 9 o'clock that night, I caught the amazing Jake Shimabukuro. He's a ukulele virtuoso from Hawaii, who's been playing since he was 4 and is really amazing. He was an incredible player, but he was also really funny.
It's too late, my time has come. Shivers down my spine.
Even though he didn't sing, he got the entire audience singing. Really beautifully. And faster than you could imagine.
For Jackson Moto for the bass.
I'm here with Jake Shimabukuro, so let's say hi. Hi.
Aloha. Hi, Sky. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You blend a lot of different music styles together. What would you describe your music as?
I love all different kinds of music, and I love all different styles, and so sometimes I hear certain melodies that I like, and then sometimes I think, oh, this melody could go also with this melody, and I sometimes like to just kind of put them together and in fun and creative ways, and people gravitate toward certain melodies, right? So if you kind of in the middle of a song, you kind of just throw a recognizable theme out there, then it kind of perks people up. They're like, oh wait, I kind of recognize that. When you throw those things in, it's almost like little punchlines here and there, and I think keeps us all connected, throughout the performance, and it makes it just, fun for everyone, I think.
Who were your influences?
My first influence was probably my mom, because she was my first teacher. She played the ukulele, and when I was about 4 years old, she sat me down and taught me a few chords, and I just fell in love with the instrument. I was one of those kids that I couldn't sit and do something for a long period of time, but there was something about music and the ukulele that I could just, it was so engaging for me, and I could sit there for hours and hours and hours and just play. And in fact, I do tell the story of how my parents would have to take the ukulele away from me so that I would like eat my dinner and go take a shower, do my homework, or go to sleep. So but even that sometimes wouldn't stop me. Like late at night, I would kind of like sneak and grab my ukulele. I'd be sitting in my bed and I'd play, very quietly, just for myself. And sometimes I would even fall asleep with the ukulele on my chest, and I'd wake up in the morning and it's like still there. So yeah, so I just absolutely loved it.
Some musicians use picks or their thumbs. Do you have a technique when you play?
I like to use just my fingers because I like feeling the instrument, feeling the strings, with my fingertips, and I feel like that helps me to connect with the instrument. And also, with the ukulele, the strings are made of nylon, so they're a little bit softer, on the fingers. With steel strings, sometimes it is necessary to have picks because I think they are they're not as forgiving, right? And I don't think I'd be able to strum the way that I do on the ukulele on steel strings, without cutting up my fingers. Sometimes, picks are necessary.
Jake's big break was when his version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps went viral. Were you surprised when While My Guitar Gently Weeps blew up?
It was a tremendous surprise to me because at that time, this was in 2006, we didn't have that phenomenon yet, right, of viral videos. And YouTube was just starting out, so I feel like I was in the right place at the right time. And there were a lot of people who were very supportive and saw the video and shared it with people. And it opened so many doors, for me. So the reason I'm here and having these opportunities, I really believe it was from that viral video. So I'm very grateful.
He still plays that song today in concert.
So I was very surprised, and it was kind of like back then I just didn't understand how this was all working. How are all these people seeing this video? But it's amazing.
How was it touring with Jimmy Buffett?
I remember when I first went out on the road with Jimmy and the Core Reefer Band. I mean, I had never played in front of that many people before, and I remember the first show I kind of went out there and I just almost kind of froze, and I was like, I don't know what to do, so it was very scary. But for me, just kind of being in that environment and having these great role models, to look up to, and having the privilege of not just seeing them on stage and what they do, but also seeing them off stage. Like Jimmy Buffett, he was the same person off stage as he was on stage, just so authentic, so genuine, and just truly loved life and loved people and loved every moment, of everything that he did. And that's how I think, we should all strive to live.
You've worked with Bette Midler, Willie Nelson, and Yo-Yo Ma. Can you tell me about that?
We're just all such incredible artists, who inspired me. I mean, like, I think you mentioned Bette Midler first. Bette's from Hawaii. She was born and raised in Hawaii, and she was one of my mom's favorite singers. I remember listening to her albums, when I was a kid, and the song "The Rose" was like my mom's all-time favorite song. In fact, whenever she would go and sing karaoke, that's the song she would sing, right, to everyone. So so that meant a lot to have the opportunity to meet her and to record with her and to perform with her. She's got this incredible voice and just this amazing spirit. Like when she walks into a room, she lights up the whole room, right? Willie Nelson, gosh, just a legend, right? I mean, he's written so many great songs. So again, having the opportunity to meet with him and to record with him, oh wow, that was. I mean, I was so nervous. We were like standing this close to each other, and he's singing into the mic, and I'm playing the ukulele, like right by him and following him, and just it was just such an extraordinary experience. And then the opportunity to record with Yo-Yo Ma, it was just the most amazing experience because he's just so down to earth. You know, he's so present. Like when you talk to him and you engage with him, like I mean, he looks you right in the eyes, and when he talks to you, you feel like you know that he's really talking to you, and he comes from a place of just such deep sincerity and he's just and genuineness.
It's funny because he was talking about Yo-Yo Ma and how he would look you in the eye and really listen to you and talk to you. Jake Shimabukuro did the exact same thing.
So yeah, so meeting him and getting to see firsthand, you know, the kind of human being that he is was just truly inspiring.
How was it to meet the Queen of England?
That opportunity was brought on by Bette Midler. You know, Bette Midler had this opportunity to go over to London to perform for the Royal Variety Performance, and she had contacted me and asked if I would come up and do the performance with her. So, you know, I was just so grateful because not only did we get to perform for the royal family, but it led to all of us having the opportunity to meet, you know, Her Majesty after the show. And I was so nervous, and I'll never forget, you know, because the producer came up to us and said, okay, when you meet the Queen, you know, there's certain protocols. So the first thing is you're not allowed to reach for her hand. You're not allowed to speak first. And he said the third thing is just because this was a very casual performance, you don't have to bow or anything like that. So I was like, okay, good. I'll remember those things. Okay, don't speak first. Let her speak first. Don't reach for her hand. Let her extend her hand to you know, to me, and then Jen and I don't have to bow. So I thought, okay, one less thing for me to worry about. And as soon as she walked into the room, you know, I think I was the only one in this line of people like that just started like bowing like this, you know. Ferociously like bowing. I was just standing straight, and here I am just bowing, and then she kind of came around, and we all had our chance, you know, to meet with her. And when she came up, she was so gracious, you know. I got to shake her hand and exchange a few words with her, and it was just such a beautiful moment. And you know, so I'm just so grateful that I had that experience.
Is there anything else you want people to know about you?
I can't really think of much.
Instead of talking about himself, he took that opportunity to talk about me, which was really nice.
But I think you're awesome, and this was a fun interview, and I think what you're doing is fantastic. So honored to have this conversation with you and this experience, and keep doing what you're doing. And I think you're bringing a lot of joy and you know, to people everywhere. So thank you so much, Sky.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to give a big thanks to Jake Shimabukuro for his amazing time and that amazing interview and his amazing performance. It's 11:37 at night, and we're finally leaving, and I'm pretty sure we're the last people here. And it's really empty. But it was really fun, and I'd like to say thank you to everybody I interviewed for their time and for an amazing interview, and I hope to see you next time on Sky Girl Reporter with a new adventure. Bye! The lot is literally empty. I think our car was the last car in the lot.